That was an interesting song choice. Very not congruent with my personality at all. So I do comedy full time, so naturally I live with my parents. Yeah, they didn't even show up. That's awesome. That's probably for the best about what I'm going to say. So my dad's always asking me these questions like, so, what are you going to do with your life? What are the next steps in your career? And I'm just like, Dad, I am living the dream. I am doing what I love. Nothing. It's the best hobby I got. I'm anti-working hard for anything. The American dream. Yeah, so you know how your parents, when you were younger, they'd like sit you down to have the whole like birds and the bees talk, yeah? Well, I never really understood the physics behind that story. Like, does the bee sting the bird and then it becomes like a hummingbird? Is that where the beak comes from? Or like if they're gay, are there like two stingers involved? I just wasn't fully understanding like how one went into the other. So I was just like, whatever. I'm just gonna give up and become a lesbian. Here we are. Yeah. I remember when I was younger, I had this guy friend named Nick Zavala, and he said, I really want to meet this woman one day, but he said that his mom took him aside and was like, the thing goes in there. You happy? It's succinct to the point. Whatever. Yeah, so I'm actually a fairly superstitious person. You know, the whole like step on a crack, break your mother's back thing. Like, I'm always stepping on them, but she's still okay. Yeah. So I'm taking an improv class right now at UCB, and maybe about 5 minutes into the first exercise, where I was paired up with a dude for a date, which was already really uncomfortable because I'm gay, so I kind of had to pretend like he was an androgynous woman to get through it. That wasn't supposed to be the challenge either. Yeah. And about 5 minutes into it, the teacher goes, Kimmie, I'm going to stop you right there. How aggressive of a move is that, first of all? Like, and she did it several times throughout this little shenanigan. But I was like, okay. And she was like, Kimmie, is that your personality? Not the first time I've heard that in my life, for sure. But you see, like in improv, it's all about character work. So apparently my personality was a poor character choice. It's all good. It's all good. But I have to say, I kind of felt like, I don't know, like a fish out of water in that class because they were all actors and I clearly only have my personality, which clearly doesn't get me too far. And, you know, there'd always be this one kid who came in. His name was Alex, but he told everyone to call him Alexander. So you see how douchey this story is going to be in a second. And he's like, oh, sorry I'm late, guys. Like, I was pitching my spec script to these execs at NBC, and I'm writing a novel on the side, and I got 3 callbacks for these commercials. I feel like I nailed it, but I want to be a little bit more humble about it. But what did I miss? And I'm just like, you missed the part where we gave a fuck. Alex. You're not Alexander, brah. I'm also taking a memoir writing class at UCLA, which is incredibly awkward because I'm not old as fuck. And so they have a lot more years of death and destruction stories on me, but I think I'm still winning. Here are my current memoir titles. Girl interrupted, but keeps talking anyway. What's she doing here? Or my favorite, you don't look like a lesbian. Yeah, because I said I do comedy full time, I actually have to have a legitimately paying career on the side. So I do dog walking and dog sitting. I recently had a dog sitting where I was asked to stay at someone's home and be responsible. Remember that poor character choice. Naturally, I was irresponsible as fuck. So, no, I told her I was going to be responsible. So naturally, the first thing I did was I had sex in her bed. I smoked weed on her balcony. I ate all of her Easter candy, which, just to be fair, I didn't know was for her friend until I ate about half of it and saw that there was a card that said, "To my friend Clarice." But I did. Oh, yeah, and then the dog shit on the couch, which I cleaned up with the wrong cleaner that permanently stained it, so it looks like someone came all over the couch. You're welcome for that visual. And, but I don't get why she's complaining. I mean, I took the dog out for a walk and gave him food and water. What? Yeah, so, but anyway, whenever I go to the psych ward, no one? Have I seen you anywhere? No repeat offenders at Vista Del Mar? No, okay, that's just me. Yeah, they make me take off my shoelaces, the underwire in my bra, the drugs up my ass, the stupid shit that I should be allowed to keep. Yeah, so I am on the rough draft of my suicide letter, so I have to go. You guys have been a great last audience.